Today I'm going to be taking a look at the first 2 volumes of Amnesia Labyrinth. That's everything that's been released so far, insofar that there are only 2 volumes.
But I take it there are more released in Japan.
No, unusually for a Japanese comic. The English translation of Amnesia Labyrinth is currently up to date with the Japanese book releases, though the serialised version is probably ahead. This fast tracking is probably because this is by the same author as the Melancholy of...
I'll wager you mispronounce this.
Amnesia Labyrinth is by the same author as the popular The Melancholy of Haru Suzumiya, and the rights to new works from previously popular authors tend to get snapped up quickly. Anyway, here's the blurb. From the author of the acclaimed Haru Suzumiya series comes a new offbeat tale of murder and twisted love. When high school student Saoji, an academic achiever and talented athlete from a well-to-do family, returns home from boarding school, he finds that his sisters Harumi, Yoko and Saki have changed. Their strangely clingy behaviour borders on inappropriate and bizarre, yet Saoji just brushes off the odd behaviour at first. However, when Saoji arrives at school the next day, he learns that during the summer, one of the students in his class was pushed to death in front of a subway train. And what's more, 2 other students were stabbed by an unknown culprit. Are the victims linked, and could Saoji's sisters have anything to do with the murders? With the help of his cheery and spunky new girlfriend Yukaku, the straight-laced Saoji is about to venture into a twisted world that might just be the end of everything he believes to be true.
Most intriguing. Could you explain what this is about?
This one's a bit difficult to pin down. It's a psychological thriller with hints of mystery and horror. However, there wouldn't be much horror or mystery, or many thrills, if Amnesia Labyrinth let itself be pigeonholed. So it doesn't, making it a bit difficult to explain.
I have confidence that you can at least attempt its description.
Okay, well it starts out as a murder mystery. Soji returns to his hometown after a long absence, to find that there have been 3 unexplained murders there. Spurred on by Yukaku, he starts trying to look into them.
Stories such as this are quite commonplace. What makes this different?
Initially their investigations get nowhere, but then the plot takes a twist when it is revealed that Soji and his entire family have multiple personality disorder, and memory loss on top of that. This makes things extremely difficult for Soji. The murderer could be one of his family, or even himself. He now also has a difficult task of trying to keep Yukaku away from the truth.
I noticed that the recommended age for a reader of the series is rather high.
I should make it clear that these books have some very mature content. Just like The Melancholy of Haru Suzumiya, there's a lot of fan service, but Amnesia Labyrinth goes way beyond this. There's a lot of implied and actual nudity, and we often see Soji and his sisters in bed with each other. So far the books have stopped just short of showing an actual sex scene, but Amnesia Labyrinth isn't afraid to hint at incest. This was almost certainly put into the story to try and shock the reader, and to help create a feeling that something is very wrong with this family. Just be warned that there's lots of screwed up stuff in Amnesia Labyrinth.
Should I obtain a copy of these books?
I think it depends on whether you like mysteries wrapped up or left open. Currently the 2nd volume merely gives us a few hints as to who did it, and leaves most of what actually happens unexplained or up to the reader's interpretation. If you like things left that way, then go grab it as it's a good read. But if you don't like things left unknown, then you might want to wait to see if the series continues before jumping in.
If you, the viewer, have an opinion or a question, we would very much like to hear it in the comments. If you have found this presentation informative, please indicate your satisfaction by clicking on the picture of the hand with its first digit in an upwards direction, and consider subscribing to be alerted to new presentations as they become available.